Beginning 12/26/2025, every Global Entry user will be subject to enhanced biometric identity checks. If you're thinking about signing up or you already have Global Entry, here's exactly what's different and how the 2026 approval process works. Over 13 million travelers depend on this program to clear customs in just seconds. Global Entry streamlines the entire international arrival process from touchdown to exit. You skip paper declaration forms, avoid long immigration lines, and use automated kiosks that read your passport and fingerprints in moments. On top of that, membership automatically includes TSA PreCheck with no separate enrollment needed. You're essentially getting two trusted traveler programs together for $120, covering an entire 5-year term. Now, let's break down what makes Global Entry distinct from using only TSA PreCheck. Global Entry functions at 62 airports in the United States plus 16 overseas pre-clearance locations. It applies when entering the U.S. by air, land, or sea. PreCheck alone only speeds up security screening at U.S. airports before boarding domestic flights. Next, here's precisely what changed heading into 2026. Effective 12/26/2025, CBP rolled out modernized biometric checks for people arriving from abroad. All non-U.S. citizens, including lawful permanent residents with green cards, must now have their photos taken when they come into and depart from the U.S. This also now includes groups that were previously exempt, such as kids under 14 and Canadian nationals. So how does this affect you? If you're already a Global Entry member, you'll still enjoy expedited processing, but the system now records your image at both entry and exit. If you are a U.S. citizen, nothing changes in terms of your benefits. Your privileges remain identical with no new conditions placed on your membership. The kiosks have been refreshed with upgraded high-resolution camera systems. During this rollout, anticipate an added 10 to 30 seconds of processing for each traveler. Even with that slight delay, it's still far faster than conventional lines that can last 30 to 60 minutes. Let's go over who can qualify and the main eligibility rules. You must be a U.S. citizen, U.S. national, or lawful permanent resident. Every applicant is subject to a thorough background check before approval is granted. You must hold a valid passport that will not expire during your 5-year membership window. You cannot have past customs offenses, immigration violations, or unresolved criminal cases pending. Some foreign nationals from designated partner countries may also be eligible. Check our guide to find the complete and current list of participating countries. Before we walk through the application process, let's cover 3 frequent errors that lead to denials. Making even one of these mistakes will cost you your non-refundable $120 application fee. Mistake number 1 is applying while you still have open legal issues or pending criminal charges. Always wait until every case has fully concluded before submitting your application. Mistake number 2 is entering incorrect details or lying on any part of the form. Officials will uncover any inconsistencies, which leads to an automatic lifetime disqualification. Always report arrests, citations, or prior legal situations truthfully and completely. Mistake number 3 is leaving out parts of your international travel record. Even trips you think are minor must be reported accurately. Missing or conflicting entries can trigger lengthy manual reviews and slow down approval. Now that you know what to avoid, here's how to complete the application the right way. Go to ttp.ttest.gov, the official portal for all trusted traveler program applications. Filling out the form usually takes around 15 to 20 minutes total. You'll pay the $120 fee online as part of that same process. Applicants under 18 with at least one enrolled parent are not charged a fee under the updated rules. This policy started on 10/01/2024 for eligible minors nationwide. You'll need to provide 5 years of job history and all residential addresses. You must also list every country you've visited during that same 5-year span. And remember the earlier warning, always answer completely and honestly. Once you submit, the approval wait times become the most unpredictable part. Roughly 80% of people receive conditional approval in about 14 days. The other 20% may face 12 to 24 months of additional review. This typically happens if your name is similar to someone on a watch list or if you have past arrests. So if you plan to travel internationally within 6 months, file your application immediately. Do not postpone it until right before your scheduled overseas flight. After conditional approval, you'll need to book the required in-person interview. You have up to 730 days to fulfill this interview obligation. Appointments are available at enrollment centers and select airports across the country. Here's a useful tactic many applicants surprisingly overlook. If you have an upcoming international trip and can't find an interview time, opt for enrollment on arrival. You'll conduct your interview right after you land from an international flight. This service is offered at 65 U.S. airports. Too many travelers waste months waiting for traditional appointment openings. Enrollment on arrival lets you skip that backlog entirely. Check our guide to see the full list of participating locations. Bring your passport, driver's license, and documents that verify your current residency status. The interview generally takes around 10 to 15 minutes. Most people receive final approval on the spot before leaving the office or airport. Your known traveler number for pre-check usually shows up within 24 to 48 hours. Your physical global entry card is typically delivered in 2 to 4 weeks. Now let's talk about how to actually use these benefits for your 2026 trips. When coming back from abroad, look for global entry kiosks before approaching the main customs officers. Scan your passport, place your fingers for prints, and the kiosk will snap your photo automatically. That photo capture is the new biometric requirement in action. Answer the customs declaration questions. Take your printed receipt and move through the exit channel. For domestic flights, you still have to add your known traveler number to each booking manually. Pre-check won't show up on your boarding pass unless your KTN is attached. Store your KTN in your airline frequent flyer profiles to simplify future reservations. At land border crossings, use the trusted traveler lanes by showing both your card and your passport. For air entries, your passport alone is usually enough at the kiosks. Now, let's set realistic expectations about what global entry actually does. Global entry only speeds up re-entry to the United States after trips abroad. It doesn't help you pass security or immigration checks in other countries. You are still responsible for carrying all required visas and travel paperwork overseas. And yes, even with membership, you can still be pulled aside for extra screening. Global entry provides quicker processing, not a guarantee of no inspection. Here's some encouraging information many people find helpful when weighing the cost. A wide range of credit cards will reimburse the full $120 global entry fee. Check our guide to see the full list of cards that offer this benefit. A quick reminder for military members. TSA PreCheck remains free for active duty service personnel. Access is granted automatically using your Department of Defense ID. However, global entry itself still costs the full $120. CBP does not currently offer a direct military discount on this program. The good news is that several military-focused credit cards refund the application fee in full. Always keep your profile updated whenever you move, change jobs, or get a new passport. File your renewal about 1 year before your current 5-year membership is set to expire. Your benefits can continue for up to 24 more months while your renewal is pending. If you plan to go abroad within the next 6 months, submit your application right away. Processing can range from just 2 weeks to as long as 2 years based on your background. Don't risk running out of time by waiting until right before your trip. Go to ttp.hs.gov now to kick off your online application. Also, grab our free checklist linked in the video description. It outlines required documents and credit cards that may cover your fee. Once you're conditionally approved, book your in-person interview as soon as possible. Remember, you get a 730-day window to finish that step. Interviews are available at designated enrollment offices plus certain airports. Here's another insider tip many first-time applicants overlook. If you have nearby international travel and you can't find appointments, select enrollment on arrival. You'll finalize the interview just after getting off your international flight. This option runs at 65 U.S. airports for eligible travelers. In some locations, you can also complete enrollment on departure before leaving on an international flight. Cruise passengers may have access to enrollment on embarkation at selected seaports. Many people waste unnecessary months hunting for standard appointments. These alternate options let you move forward without waiting. Refer to our guide for the complete list of enrollment sites. Bring your passport, driver's license, and valid proof of residency to your meeting. If you travel using more than one passport, bring each one to your appointment. Lawful permanent residents must also present their machine-readable I-551 card. That card is your official permanent resident ID, commonly called a green card. The interview usually lasts around 10 to 15 minutes from start to finish. Officers may ask about your travel patterns and your reasons for joining the program. Most applicants are approved immediately once the interview concludes. Your known traveler number becomes active for pre-check within 24 to 48 hours. Your physical global entry card should show up in your mailbox within 2 to 4 weeks. Now, let's cover using your global entry advantages throughout your 2026 journeys. When you return from an international destination, head to the global entry kiosks before customs inspection lines. Scan your passport, submit your fingerprints, and here's the key update. Non-U.S. citizens will have their photos taken automatically for biometric identity checks. Respond to the customs declaration prompts, grab your receipt, and walk toward the exit. You can also use the Global Entry mobile app before you even reach customs. The app lets you send your arrival information from the plane or as you walk through the terminal. This can shave off additional time by handling steps ahead of the inspection area. For domestic trips, remember to manually attach your known traveler number to each reservation. Pre-check access will not populate on your boarding pass without that number. Save your KTN in your airline loyalty accounts to streamline future travel. Always verify that the pre-check symbol appears on your boarding pass before heading out. At land borders, you'll use the trusted traveler lanes with both your global entry card and your passport. For flights, you only need your passport at the kiosks. The global entry card is not required. That card is designed specifically for use at land and sea points of entry. Once again, here's what to realistically expect from your membership. Global entry only shortens your re-entry process into the United States. It does not change how foreign governments handle security or immigration control. You must still bring all necessary visas and supporting documents when traveling abroad. Being a trusted traveler does not completely shield you from random or additional inspections. The program provides efficiency, not immunity from official screening. Another key point, every child must have their own global entry membership, no matter their age. There is no shared family plan or bundled account option at this time. Here's more positive news on offsetting the enrollment fee for many users. Numerous high-end credit cards will credit back the entire $120 global entry charge. Examples include Chase Sapphire Reserve, Capital One Venture X, and the Platinum Card from American Express. Check our guide for the full lineup of cards that offer global entry reimbursement. A quick note for service members. TSA PreCheck remains complimentary through your DoD credentials, but global entry still requires paying the regular $120 fee out of pocket. CBP currently does not provide a separate military-only discount. Many military-oriented credit cards, however, will cover that fee for you. Let's quickly recap the most common mistakes to avoid from here on. Don't put off booking your interview once you've received conditional approval. Even though you have 2 years, procrastinating can cause needless stress. Always update your address and job details anytime they change. Confirm your passport will stay valid for the entire duration of your membership. For renewals, submit your application 1 year ahead of your 5-year expiration date. Applying before it expires keeps your benefits active for up to 24 extra months while it's processed. Most people renewing do not need a second in-person interview. If you're planning travel abroad within 6 months, start your application process right away. Processing time can fluctuate between 2 weeks and 2 years depending on your background. Do not wait until days before departure to attempt enrollment. Visit ttp.des.gov now to begin your global entry application online. And remember to download our free guide from the description below. It covers special cases we didn't fully detail in this video, including cruise guest procedures, enrollment on departure locations, and a full list of reimbursement-eligible credit cards. Thank you for watching GovClarity and relying on us for travel-related government information. Our comprehensive guide and official resource links are available in the More section. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming updates. We're dedicated to making government processes easier to understand for you at every stage.